I'm not good with temperature because my freaking endocrine system is fried. Woo! It is chilly. Okay, if I were to guess, I would say it's about. Well, the sun just went down and it got to be pretty warm today. But still, I feel, see, that's the thing, Mike. I'm a terrible judge of temperature. I'm going to say 34, 28 degrees. That's my guess. Now I'm going to look at AccuWeather, my weather app. It's 555, and it's 38 degrees. What did I say? I can't remember what temperature I said. Anyway, it's too cold for me. I had to go feed the cats, the field cats. I feed the field cats so they keep all the mice away. So why am I feeding them food if they eat the mice? I should not feed them food, and then that would encourage them to just eat the mice. Oh well. I feed the cats, and I just got to pet 3 feral cats. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a Heoke empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. What I am is I'm an esoteric Sherlock, see? I hang out with my mom. And I just research data, and I listen to astrology, and I listen to all kinds of people's reports, and I listen to a lot of their takes on their talks on how they feel about things. And I put it all together, and I get pictures of how I kind of see the course of action, how I kind of see how things can kind of play out or have the potential to play out, because, you know, nobody knows how anything's going to go down. Nobody knows. And a lot of times things happen that I'm just like, I didn't see that coming. There's a lot of plot twist things, you know. We had a pretty okay, decent day. So much better than yesterday. Yesterday was bad for me. It was hard for me. See, I didn't even know that PTSD existed until I was like in my 30s. I didn't know what it was. You know? And I had a pretty wild childhood. And some of us 70s kids did. And a lot of people had wild childhoods. You know, it's weird to me now. It's like the people that are my age that had kids that had these crazy wild childhoods, they really overcompensated with their children. And so now there's like just a big imbalance. Anyway, today was a pretty the cat got the freaking was playing around like woo, getting all excited, was all fired up this morning. I love that he was having a good time. Although he did puncture the air mattress. So that's going to go away. You know, but because that kind of sucks because the dogs like to lay on it during the sunny peak parts of the day. But I'll just drag a couple of dog beds in there. It'll be no problem. Easy fix. So, lot of reports, lot of hold faith. See, because that's one of the reasons why I was talking earlier about why yesterday was so hard for me, because I felt the energetic dip of the whole nation, because all these people, you know, that had these storylines of justice and these, you know, like these people are going to come in and save the day, and the astrology's been talking for a few months that don't buy into it. That the only way that we're going to have peace on this earth is it's going to start with inside us and find the peace inside us. And the only way people are going to really do that is to meditate. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot of people meditating. There's all kinds of ways to meditate. I stand corrected. There are people that are meditating in different, like, I meditate, like, I had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with myself yesterday. So I did art. I arted all over the place. I just had to get just get it out of me, and I that's the things. Those are the choices because I'm getting older, and those are the decisions that I make to do things like that. Because Because my energies and I peak and I feel like that, I don't feel good. And what I know that could really fix it is if I just went to the store and got a bottle, and it would just make it all go away and everything would not hurt. And it would be okay. But it wouldn't be okay because every time I see, that's the thing is drinking is so evil. It just lets the evil spirits come in, and people are really figuring out about the whole spirit story. The whole spirit that we are having a spiritual warfare, and people are fighting the demons within themselves, and then they're taking the demons that they have within themselves, and they're freaking taking it out in the world and then projecting their demons, their stuff onto other people, and then there's conflict all over the place. And, hey, I don't want you in his ear. I don't think he wants you. You don't got no boundaries, man. You're not good with the boundaries. Vinny. Come on, get out of his ear, Tucker. He's not your pacifier. You don't want it. I hear him moaning from over there. He's saying please, and you're not respecting his boundary. It was a weird thing. I laid down to do meditate state today, and I was going out into the ethers, and it was really nice. And then it was just like Benny came over and he started shaking his head and he scratched his head. And then it brought me out of it, but it was good because he's a Beagle Basset mix. And he's getting older. And so when dogs get older, just like everybody else, we get new things, little ailments, new little quirks. And one of his is where his little jowls are. I noticed it got like crusty and nasty in there. So I got some really hot water and cleaned it out and put some Lubriderm lotion on it. It's like chapstick. And it's when I do this, Mom watches it, she's like, you can tell he feels better already when I clean their ears and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm not good. I don't want to do it. I do it all the time. I get tired of doing all this stuff. I don't have the energy. I'm so lazy. My body just gives out. Anyway, what else happened today, Ma? Besides the air mattress dying. I got sad. I started missing the big red truck. I got it just a little while ago. I was like, man, I miss that. That was a good couple years with that big red truck. But this van is more comfortable for all of us. It's more practical. You know? It's more for all of us. For everybody to fit. So. And this world is a-changing. And the earth is a-changing. There was a 7.0 earthquake in the Philippines. A lot of freaking pageantry, more pageantry, just like it was back in around Operation Iraqi bullshit and stuff like that. There was a couple of I've really been getting into Zach, and I listened to his take. I like his take on things. The gematria stuff, but I still think Roman is my gematria sensei kind of thing. So anyway, Zach really puts a lot of it together and stuff like that, and in a lot of ways. And I thought it was interesting because I was like, oh, I was so happy to hear that frickin' Dolly Parton isn't one of the nefarious ones, like she hasn't been seen in the freaking satanic circles like Jesse talked about, And then her brother died yesterday, and I was like, never mind. Yes, she is. And I was just like, oh man, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You just love them for what they gave you when you had them, Whatever people turn into, whatever they are now, don't let them take away whatever freaking joy you shared with them, like the artist. The artist that I'm freaking like broken hearted over, like Taylor Swift helped me through a breakup, you know, and I saw her show and got some really cool pictures, you know, and Lady Gaga, and it's like now they're all freaking, you know, these dark witches that use dark sex magic to freaking perpetuate the Lucy fairy tale theater, and it's just all such a downer. Don't let them take away the joy that you had at one time. And I never was like, I lost, Gaga fell off my radar a couple years back when she got into the makeup, and I couldn't find any verification if she does not test on animals. And if I can't find anything, if they're not that open source, I don't know if they're cruelty free. Maybe she's disclosing it now, but it don't matter because she does all the things that I don't think are freaking good girl. Like, you know, I don't even think a good girl is like has to do. I mean, a girl don't have to be all good. I assure you that. In my definition, as good girls go, they're not all good. I assure you, there's full spectrum, but there's good girls that are for God, and then there's the ones that perpetuate you know. And I think about, and it all makes sense. All the people that did the halftime, because I ain't never been into the NFL. I always thought it was weird, you know. And I always thought that thing with Janet Jackson, I thought that's how her costume was supposed to go. I don't think she looked at it as a malfunction at all. She just went with that story. It's like, okay, whatever, you know. It's all text, huh, Benny? So, Benny, were you emotions deep as the oceans today, Benny? You want to tell the story, Benny? Huh? No. Mom, you want to say hi? Will you do your little mom wave? You can see her back there. I was hiding out in the bathroom because I was such a jerk. That's the thing. It's just like, just stay away. I stay away. I just stay away from people. I just get out of people. I just, you know, it sucks to be that person. It's just like, you know what? I'm toxic right now, and I need to just go away and be away and far away from people. And you know, it sucks admitting that and putting yourself in a position that makes you vulnerable, because sometimes you say that to people, and they're like, yeah, that's really cool that you know that and admit that, right? Until something happens, and then like you make them mad, or something happens, and then they turn around and use it against you. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, so you're that kind of person. I really try not to use things against people. That's why I get like freaking duped a lot, because people always have the freedom to change. Oh, my processor's spinning up. I think I'm going to go back to a window-based machine. Gina, the UFO lady, she does all this stuff. See, that's the thing, is like her husband's like retired military, so they get all the, and he has, you know, I'm sure they get all the freaking bells and whistles and latest gizmos and stuff like that. I was really it was weird to see, though, I was watching, I think it was Chasing Truth, and I'm like, I wonder how much that cost, a refrigerator with a TV in it. It's like those things, you know, and I don't mind like radio and stuff, TV and kitchen and stuff, but it's just, I don't know, I'm old fashioned. OBS disconnected, it's reconnecting. Talk! Get out of his ear! Huh. I'm almost done, Mom. I think we're supposed to get a light dusting of snow. It just said that my software connected. Anyway, I think I might go back to a window-based machine. Which, it's been a long time since I've had a window-based machine. I don't care. I just don't want no freaking stupid Chrome joke book. Good girl, Luna found her toy. She's a happy lady. She's such a good... They're all good dogs, man. They just freaking drive me crazy. They do. They drive me crazy. Huh. I think, okay, is there anybody in the chat? Ma. Stoner chick said, hey, Margie and Ma.
Stoner chick?
Yeah, that's her name.
Stoner chick?
Yeah. The Empath Refuge channel? No, I have not heard of the. And hi, Ahmad. I have not. I could look at it. I'm always willing to look at stuff, but I'm a kind of a freaking snob though. I really am. I mean, I'm pretty open, but because it's just like, especially like right now, all this Aries energy. I'm just like, God, why do they have? Why do so many people watch them? I can never even break 1,000. Of course, I don't really press the issue. I don't tell people to, subscribe. I just figure people know to do that because it's YouTube and that's what you do. But there's so many people that are leaving this platform anyway. That's why I want to try a window-based, because I have BitChute and stuff like that. I have all those accounts, because every time something new, actually, that's not true, because I bet there's a handful. Like Parler, I've had a Parler account for months and months. I just didn't like their perspective on things. That's the thing, is I just don't like, I don't see, but all the Empath Refuge channel. The Empath. Is it just the Empath Ref? What talk? I think I have seen it before. I think I saw it like a while back. I just think that I talk about stories in real life that explain this shit. I think I'm a living example of this stuff. That's what, and everybody does it different. So, I don't know. This is this person's take on things. That's the thing, is this is my take on things. And I watch other people's takes on things. I stopped watching pockets of frickin' the future, though. We don't vibe the same no more. See, that's the thing, is when big events like happened yesterday, where there's like this big pocket of frickin' disappointment on the earth, because there was no like mass arrests and all this stuff that people had been perpetuating the storylines for, the last however many years, and it just didn't happen. So it's this big, huge air of just, now we're going to just get more crap. And we are going to get more crap, because we're going to get more stupid rules. Because unimaginative, crazy, freaking senile people are freaking making up rules. And it's going to get weird. And I'm just going to stay home and keep trying to... Actually, I'm not going to stay home because it's going to start getting nice. Well, I will stay home because I'm going to make a sitting area. I got like a little project in mind. But I got to take stuff to the land waste, the dump first. But there's still snow on the ground, and it's just, it's still only January. I mean, could have a couple more months of winter, Still kind of early. I mean, although on the sun, when I lay in the sun in the window during the day, I feel the spring. I definitely get the glimpses, but then, I go out when the sun goes down and it's cold. And I just gotta tell you that as cantankerous and crabby as I can be, don't think that I can't. I'm not during the day stopping and going, Mom. How many times is Mom? Do you hear that a day? Ma. Look out the window, Ma. Ma, look at the mountains, Ma. Look at the clouds, Ma. And she's like, I was just looking at it, and she looks out. I catch her looking out, because it's just, there are places that God made just to make people feel better. I think the energy in the land heals people. You know, that's why we're supposed to take care of it as our appreciation for it nurturing us and giving us water and providing all the things that we need for shelter and to eat. And people got a little, well, less than grateful. They forgot to appreciate the bounty that they were receiving. Then it wasn't enough and they needed more bounty. And then their bounty wasn't enough, so they wanted their neighbor's bounty. And then look at the freaking Boo Boo Gates. He's freaking the largest landowner in all the USA now. You know, I wonder what he's going to do with all that. Because he's done a whole lot of nothing good. You know, the thing is these they make movies about stuff, and then people get weird ideas about their control and what they can do with all their power, and then they, you know, they don't even realize that they're programmed by stuff they saw when they were a teenager, you know, planted a seed. So you have all these wackadoos that were never told nothing that are just going around doing whatever they want. And it's just so weird, dude. It's so weird how much money is invested in other things in other countries away from this country. It's darn right shameful, man. It makes me want my 6 years back in my inch in 3/4. And I'll give back my freaking Bachelor of Science degree too in Business Information Systems. Huh? Because they didn't freaking keep their integrity. See, when I talk trash about freaking groups, the seedy, the low vibrational and organizations like the Fat Cops and stuff like that, it's the people that have lived in gluttony. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that when people, their blessings spoil them, they begin to live in gluttony, and we live in a society of gluttony. And that gluttony is creating, see, because it's over here, it's taking all this. It's taking all this gluttony. Well, it's creating all this scarcity. Camera's all backwards. And so the cracks of society are getting wider, and, you know, people choose their paths. But come on, man, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this world that people do just because they can, because they feel like it, you know. People get caught up in all kinds of scams and all kinds of freaking, you know. I've been in IT tech support for years and years and years, and since 2006, 7, 6. And talking through people through their tech issues, and then we talk about life in between. And I get to drop my little seeds of wisdom. Done it all over. I used to work at a company where they provided the security at Google and Facebook and all these big companies in California. And you know, people live very, very different realities based on the data and information that they're given based on their tech. So a lot of people, you know, are finding the tech doesn't work. It's fallible, it's not reliable, so they're putting it away. A lot more family time. And see, this year is supposed to be like more family time. Family time, you know. Getting back to just laughing and cooking and just being together, you know. And supposedly the world's going to open up a little bit more. But see, I don't know if it's going to open up for people like me, because I'm pretty anti-vaccine. They gave me the anthrax vaccine, and that was the beginning of my endocrine system. See, that's one of the reasons I got no... I mean, I do, because I meditate. I did manage to do another 40 minutes, so that was cool. So I almost got an hour today, but the thing is me, and there's so many people like me that I don't know how to describe it. We don't have any tolerance or patience for bullshit, and I don't care how big the person is. I don't care how, what freaking, like the big fat guy at the freaking barber shop on Saturday that he and his boy that drove up to the state to get it at the barber shop to freaking get his haircut in the state of New Mexico car. That's not your car, dude. That's not your car. The gas that is in it is not your gas. The insurance, it's not your. And see that these things, these freaking cows, freaking these hogs, don't you know who they are? Been in the position probably 25 years, 25 years. Probably make 6 figures. Do what he wants, and that's what that's these people in positions of power. They show their asses by acting like that, and by being very grossly obese. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, they had a psychic on, or a medium. I don't know what she called herself. On, I watched that show, Unpolished. I think it's on Hulu. It's just like, I'm like, dude, I when I watched the first season, I'm like, dude, if anything ever happens to him, these women are not prepared. They're not. And he had a heart attack. Or no, he didn't have a heart attack. I lie. I did not. I'm not lying. I said it wrong. He didn't feel good, so he went to, it was like a Urkel thing. It was like a Urkel thing. That same thing is he didn't feel good, and he went to the doctor, and he was riddled with cancer, and that he went to the doctor in February, and then had died by March 9th, May 9th, something not very fast, and these and it's just a very different world. To see how the world's changed. I love Foxy, the grandmama. She's like in her 70s, like late 70s, and she does hair, and she hadn't been able to do hair because of the scam-demic. And I'm not saying, okay, let me say that it's the numbers. It's the numbers. I'm not saying people are. It's the fear implementation. It's all that stuff. Anyway. So she hadn't been able to work, but she went, and then there's this woman who's 99 that goes in and gets her hair done by Foxy, and they're like, no, she's not here, But the thing is people are gonna start figuring it. I don't know, maybe they won't. I think people like to be hiding behind masks. I spent $4,000 on braces. I like to show people my smile. I was told here in Teos because I got a visor. Because that's kind of reminded me of those that like I used to wear in the wash rack. We had big ones in the wash rack. Those were cool. But anyway, this is a smaller version. It's a bigger version of this. I guess this one is for kids. Mom just said she won't go anywhere. That's because she won't. I'm like, here, Mom, try this. And she's like, no, that's lame. Hate it. Well. She's like, ooh. And I tried to get her to put a mask on, but nope, not having it. Anyway, that's the thing is, like, these people, is my mom's generation, the boomers and stuff, she was born in 1950. So, I don't know. Anyway, they're just like, this is just horse crap. Don't make me do that. They've already lived through freaking. My grandpa had polio. He lived through polio. And that's why I'm like, that's why my body is like this energy. Everything is energy. So you got pain. It's all inflammation. It's all inflammation. And then when I get mad, then it flares up, and then it hurts more, and then it's just this constant me trying to keep down here. I'm always trying to stay down here, or I'm trying to, and I'm not even just getting mad, but getting too excited about anything, because I can get too happy excited, and it puts me way up there. And more people are becoming more and more sensitive. Because shoot, think about it. You're inside for like 3 days. Today I was like, what day is it? This morning I was like, what day is it? Because just last Monday we got our trash bin, and then the garbage went out. Because I have to pay attention to what day. Because I'm not used to caring about what day it is. And last Thursday I put the garbage out, and I lose track of days. Because I get enough food. I mean, I don't have to leave the house for days and days. Aaron's driving. And so when, like today, I was like, oh, and I took the trash out, even though full well knowing that Monday's a holiday and everything's probably off a day because of MLK Day. And so more and more people are going to come into their sensitivity. And the thing is that's the thing, is like all these people that are like, I'm gonna vibe high, everything's vibe high and love and light. The thing of it is truth has a vibrational frequency. And all that love and, good feelings and stuff, that there's little pockets of truth. And sometimes truth, it's good that you know the truth, but what that truth isn't always good to know. And that's what people are going to find out. They're going to be in a meditate state. You'll be out someplace, get a whiff of a flower on the wind or something like that, take you right back to where you were at some point in time and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened to me. And then it just opens this whole trajectory of knowing. And then you start recognizing how life changes and how easy life flips on a dime and scripts flip on a dime. And how we act today impacts our future. That's why I'm like, just try to be kind to people. Just always try to be kind. As crappy as I feel sometimes, just try to always be kind. And if I really feel crappy, just put myself away. Like I did yesterday. I'm gonna go. I hung out in the bathroom like my grandpa used to do. We had a weird family. You don't know it's weird until later when you hear yourself telling the story to other people about how you play strip poker with your grandpa and you're like 3 and 2 and stuff like that. That doesn't sound weird until you hear it yourself, because you live it. Anyway, life is just, I love the stories. People can't make it up. I got to listen to Jessie Zaboter talk 2 times today, and she just has one of those voices. It was funny. I said in one of the chats, I said, if Jessie Zaboter did a Bible study, I'd go. Right? Spells. Planting seeds. Spells. And then a little while later, the guy, what's his name? I think his name's Paul, said something like, Jesse, it looks like people in the chat would like you to do a Bible study. And then, there they go. Do a Bible study, Jesse, please. Please. Wonder how long it'll take her to do a Bible study. And I said, why didn't I think of that? Anyway. I think it's just a given whenever I do talks around this time. And Erin chimes in with the salutations that she is driving. So, on the 101, somewhere about. I hope other people are doing alright. I still see people I know living the best version of their lives. I remember different points. I had different high points of my life where I'm like, things are just really, and things aren't bad right now. I get annoyed because it's like, man, I want a place where there's a yard. And I can remedy it. I can remedy all this stuff. I'm going to remedy all this stuff. It's just always in God's time. And I'm not real patient. It takes a lot of effort for me to be patient. Want to see the flowers today? They always evolve. Oh, I got to put water in them. They smell so good. I'll walk by them and I could just smell them. I love fresh flowers. They're so muy bonita. And really, there's only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flower, 5, and then like this fillers. I always thought it would be fun to do floral arrangements. Because I just love, like, when I go to the grocery store, I walk through they have a floral department, and I freaking, my whole body just responds. That's the thing, like, it's a new spring in a different place, and there are things about that organ that I appreciate, like the dragonflies. The dragonflies that would come visit, I'll miss the dragonflies, and I miss a lot of the birds. But there's other birds and different birds here. But the birds here are kind of jerks. Like, they're big old freaking black crows. Raven crows. Huge. Like, no, Stanley. They will eat your face off. Why not a Heyoka bubble study? I can say, I got my rainbow Bible. Isn't that funny? I could wear my straight people like rainbows too. It was funny, the lady across the street, they had their own congregation. I think they were Mormon. Whatever religion that doesn't recognize reincarnation. I miss the dragonflies, and I miss, like, some of the spring smells, like the lavender. You know, in the house we lived 2331. I had a big old thing of lavender. We had a big old lavender bush in the backyard, and then when we got to so I don't got no lavender out my window. I've been blessed, spoiled. God spoiled me. Here's my Bible. I've had this thing. It's the Rainbow Study Bible, King James Version. And that's the thing, is the lady said across the street, I showed this to her, and she's like, well, it's not the best. I'm like, of course it's not the best. Why would I have the best? I get freaking mediocre at best. I make the best out of whatever. Anyway, but I've always loved the way I'm a smeller. I'm a smeller. Anyway, it has my name on it. Boop. Boop. HESS-ick. Look, she is a little mixed up and sick. Be cool if it was Margie, huh? That's my name. See, that's terrible for all the males in my family, because it's like, he's sick. He's sick. Hello, world. Look out for this guy. We gave him the name. It's telling you right there. This guy, man, he's sick. Take care. Easy. He's sick, but I'm a girl, so I'm not. I'm just a little mixed up she. But I only wanted to be a boy when I was a little girl because I freaking lived in environments where freaking women did everything for the dudes, and I just wanted I wanted someone to take care of me like that. I didn't want to be the woman that had to stay home and clean and freaking do all that crappy stuff while the dudes were out freaking doing the fun shit, you know? But it's color coded. It's color coded. Boop. It has all these color codes, and then it has a key, a cipher, if you will or won't. God, and then it is all highlighted in their interpretation of what these things represent to them. The Lucy Fairy Tale Theater. Booga booga. False teachery. Ooh, that's actually good information. Destruction of idols, demons, devils, serpents, evil spirits, false prophets. false worship, witchcraft, antichrist. Now, witchcraft, because I make some really nice cookies that make people feel good. But I don't like take no word of a freaking frog and shit like that. I don't believe in hurting animals and stuff like that. Anyway, this Bible was presented to me on the 14th day of February, 19 February in 1998. It's a long freaking time ago. On the occasion of accepting Jesus Christ as your Savior in December 97. So I've been covered for a while. The only thing is I'm such a frick. Are you alright, Mom? I'm almost done. Are you antsy? Okay. You don't have to. I mean, you don't, go ahead. So I could. Hey, Bible. Hey, Bible. Let me have to think about that. Hey, look up. I would have to read it, and I'm not big on. Marge is reading this. Everybody's going to be doing that. She's doing that. I could take out excerpts and talk about my interpretation of them, but they're everybody, because this is a come to Jesus here. It's a come to Jesus because people aren't even going to know what to think, because everything is just so weird that they're just like they're choosing to plug into a power God source outside of themselves. False prophets, a lot of those movie stars and stuff like that's false. All those people that do non-profits. I was like, you know what I figured out was a rack? I'm a work from home daughter. And Mom and I have very limited income. And I want to thank the contributors, the people that freaking send us, freaking $20. To me, that is like an hour of what somebody did. And to me, $20 an hour. So if somebody wants to float me and Mom $20, that's like, thank you for your time. Thank you for that. I've had people that have contributed a lot more and things like that to make sure that Mom and I are comfortable and that we're okay and that we're safe. And it's my responsibility not to like freaking piss that away. And I used to have income for being a work from home daughter in Oregon. And the weird thing of it is I looked into it in Arizona, and it was recommended to me by the VA when I tried to call the homeless veterans hotline to get a place for me and Mom because we were about to be. And it's such a racket. It's such a racket is that they have these offices filled with people that get paid probably, $3,300 a month to get to use software to run some people's names to get some, some information to collect data. See, because the per pass rate for like people to be their in-home healthcare provider for their parents, stuff like that, the fail to get that, to be approved for that, to be denied for that is like 80%. So that's 20%. So people that are already stretched financially, you have to pay this third-party organization that the VA is in cahoots with, says you better pay them the $1,500 because you're probably not going to get it, And then now we're in a place I don't need to bother with that right now. Let me work on getting plates for the van first because, I've been working on that for a month. Anyway, because everything is in God's time. And everything is slow, man. Everything is slow. There is no sense of urgency. There's no do this and get it done and hurry up and do the next. Nobody is in a hurry to do anything anywhere. That's why our military readiness is crap. It's straight up crap, dude. It's embarrassing. I wish they'd stop talking about freaking the military, like how the military's going to do something. I was in it. I know it. And I just fast forward 20 years. I know it ain't going to get no better. So, the Earth is only going to get as busy and as active as we get individually. It's only going to open up is why it is we are willing to venture out and be in it. Thing of it is I don't even want to go out. If I hate wearing masks, so I just don't go places. You know? So I do my little talks online and my one a week grocery store run. You know, whatever. And then just try and be as positive as I can when I go out and I have the exchanges that I do have. So yeah, you know, like I'm gonna look at the Mom and I talk about it and stuff like that. We read stuff out of it and talk about our we have our own little Bible study sometimes, huh? You know, maybe we should do that more often and share it with other people. But I ain't gonna, you know, like read it and stuff like that because, as a matter of fact, I think Marge is freaking reading it right now, like literally right now. She's having her come to Jesus, you know. A lot of people are going to have their come to Jesus. It's just neat to see is all. It looks like a fist on my back window. What's the matter, Benny? Benny, what's your emotions? Are they as deep as the oceans? What's the matter? Is he sleeping?
No, his eyes are open. He's just solid.
What's the matter? You okay?
He's patting. So we know that
Hi.
he's not alone.
Oh, what? 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 Have you ever been so verbal your whole life? You okay? Good boy. Everybody's emotions are deeper the oceans, Margie. Rougher days, Margie. You good boy?